expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Welcome to The Business Kitchen, where every week we will be cooking up some fun recipes to help you succeed in business. You'll get time-tested and delicious business recipes, as well as some new cutting-edge recipes. Every recipe has a story, and every chef adds their own unique flavor to each dish, just like each business strategy has its own story. Here at The Business Kitchen, you can be sure to find your own recipe for success.
Welcome to a very saucy new episode of The Business Kitchen. Here at The Business Kitchen, we encourage you to look for solutions outside the traditional recipe box. Make sure you're really paying attention to this episode. We got a phenomenal guest coming on today. And remember that the conversation continues after the show at facebook.com/businesskitchenshow. And we are going to bring in my co-host, Tatiana. But before we dive into the very delicious content for today's show, we want to thank one of our sponsors for today. And our sponsor for today is Fast Ship Face Mask. There's so much talk about wearing face mask and how important it is. So, Fast Ship Face Mask. If you need a soft, comfortable, washable mask, use Fast Ship Face Mask. Tons of summer styles. Prices start at just $6.99. Ships within one business day from Florida. And we did check them out, and the reviews are really great. It is incredible how many satisfied customers they have. And for every 5 masks ordered, they donate 1 mask to a local hospital. Feel good knowing your purchase goes to the fighters on the front lines. Goes to fastshipfacemask.com, fastshipfacemask.com to get some for yourself or your business. So welcome to today's episode. Hi, Tatiana.
Hi, Natalia. How are you?
I am wonderful. Let's introduce our guest for today's show, and it is one of my favorite people in the whole world, Matthew Kimberley. He's joining us from Malta. Hi, Matthew.
Hey,
Hi,
Matthew.
Natalia. Hi, Tatiana. Thank you for having me.
So let us give you a proper introduction. Matthew Kimberley, besides being one of my most favorite people in the whole world, who has taught me so much about business, who has been my mentor for 5, 6, 7 years, who has helped me with my TEDx talk and so many other business decisions. So Matthew Kimberley is the head of Book Yourself Solid worldwide. He is the author of the best-selling self-help book, Get a Effin' Grip. He is the creator of the Principles of Professional Persuasion and the founder of the School for Selling. And today he's going to talk to us about his project, Delightful Emails. Thank you so much, Matthew. We're thrilled to have you on the show.
What a fantastic intro, Natalia. I couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you.
Oh, yes. So you're joining us from Malta. How are things in Malta? How are you guys open? Are the businesses functioning? The restaurants are open?
Everything's getting back pretty much to normal. The airport opened a couple of weeks ago. Tourism is way down, but the restaurants are open, the stores are open, the coffee shops are open. We're practicing distancing, and we're doing pretty well at containing everything for the time being.
Good.
Fantastic to hear. So, Matthew, you were the first person in my life, besides my husband, who is a big entrepreneur, that really pushed me and encouraged me to look at the importance of numbers at the business. I think that numbers are critical right now. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, the numbers are of critical importance. We get into business for many reasons. Some of us get into business to make money. Some of us get into business because we're unemployable. And some of us get into business because we're guided by a passion. But unless we're paying attention to the numbers, the great big fun journey that is business could be taken away from us and we wouldn't see it coming.
Yeah, so true. And one of the things that you really, I think one of the programs that really made such a significant difference for us as a business. So we have 2 family restaurants. And one of the huge things that you have encouraged us to do is to do consistent email marketing, email campaigns that keep us in touch with our followers and in touch with our and we have grown, and it has been a huge marketing tool. So today in the show, we will share all of the delightful secrets of delightful emails. I'm so excited, Matthew.
And you've been one of the best students I've had, Natalia. You know, to take a restaurant business and to say, we're going to drive our repeat custom with email selling and email marketing is really unusual. And people often think that email marketing is reserved for the likes of Amazon or big box retail stores, or for smaller consultative style intellectual property based businesses. But you've proven them all wrong with your fantastic results as a result of sending frequent, delightful emails from people who want to keep in touch with you.
And I agree with you, because for us as a restaurant, we were so surprised when I integrated the program, the Delightful Emails program, about 2 years ago. We started with about 1,300 subscribers, and now we're over 5,500 subscribers on our list. And I'm being very transparent with our numbers. So we have 2 locations, and we send our emails weekly. And it has been an absolute critical tool for us to communicate with our followers during the pandemic, the global coronavirus pandemic that we're all facing.
So tell me something, Natalia. When you put these emails out, I can imagine other restaurateurs or other business owners sitting there thinking, well, what could I possibly have to say to these people weekly? What are you sending out? Updates on the menu? Nobody wants to receive an update on a menu weekly. What have you been doing, Natalia, to get results with your emails?
I love how you just take over the show. Thank you so much. You make it so easy for us always. So using the structure that I have learned from you, we have created a personality for our emails. And there's a multitude of factors that we are incorporating into creating the emails. And I would like to explore some of them throughout the show today, which sometimes we use and sometimes we don't. So the traditional open rate for emails is anywhere between, would you say between 50 and 20%, Matthew? Average
15 to 20%, most people would consider a good open rate. Yeah.
So we get an open rate of anywhere between 25 and 32% for our emails.
Amazing.
So we must be doing something right? So there is a lot of science that I have learned. And as a restaurant specifically, we not only send updates on the specials, but we make every email into a little mini story. And when I come into the restaurant, and we own Speaks Clam Bar, which is a restaurant on the Gulf Coast, one in Sarasota and one in Bradenton, Florida. And when I walk into the restaurant and I talk to the customers and I tell them, invite them to jump on the list, and when I share with them that I actually write the emails, they are overjoyed, because it's so rare that actually one of the owners is so in touch with what's going on and actually writes the emails.
For them, it will be like meeting a celebrity. Imagine that you tune into a radio show every week, or you watch a particular soap opera on TV every week. You get used to the personalities, you get used to the character, you get used to the language that's used and the world that's built, and you start to fall in love with the individuals. Now, if you're doing emails right, your correspondents will start to anticipate your emails, look forward to your emails. And a lot of the training that's out there on what's the best time to send an email, or should you include images or not, or what's the greatest subject line hack that you can use in your emails, all are irrelevant and all go out of the window when the person who's sending the email is somebody that you really want to hear from. Now, if I really wanted to hear from Natalia or from Tatiana because you've made me fall in love with you, or really enjoy your company, or find that you've made me think, you've provoked an emotion on a regular basis, it doesn't matter what your subject line is, because when I see your name in the inbox, then I go, I'm going to be rewarded for reading this.
So this is really interesting, the point that you are making. It is about the personality. It is about creating that consistent rapport. So is there science about how often the emails need to go out?
How frequently?
Correct. Yes.
Right. So here's my thinking about that. I personally prefer to send an email whenever I have something to say, and sometimes I have something to say every day, and sometimes I have something to say once every few weeks. So there are arguments for and arguments for against. Look at it like an installation of your favorite TV series. Now, we anticipate that it's going to be coming out every Thursday night, so it gives us something to look forward to, and we'd probably be disappointed if it didn't come. However, because it's our favorite TV show, when they offer a binging opportunity by dropping 5 or 6 episodes all at the same time, we'll happily watch them back to back. I don't think you can email too much. Now, clearly you can if you're sending 3 emails a day or 4 emails a day and your readers haven't signed up for that, because there are opportunities where we could be mailing multiple times a day, then you may find that people get turned off just the sheer volume. People are busy. But I like each email to contain a treat. Each email contains a cookie. Each email gives you something that you can really enjoy. And who doesn't want to hear from a lover every day or multiple times a day? Imagine that you get a text message from somebody that you're sharing your life with and you're in a good place, and they send you a text message and it says, "Hey, boo," and you say, "Wow, that was the best message I ever got. I hope they send me another one in 5 minutes." What about if we could have that kind of relationship with our email correspondence?
Oh my goodness. Can you just imagine to have your subscribers anticipate every email from you? I think that's so brilliant. So when we set up our email, so when people sign up, traditionally the way that the word funnel is used is set up is they get the welcome email, and in that welcome email we usually tell them, as a welcome, and as a restaurant what you can do is send a little promotion, or as a business you can and then sort of share that we'll be keeping in touch weekly. But I agree with what you said, that not only do we send the anticipated email, but every once in a while we do throw in some kind of surprise. And I'll give you a couple of examples. One time we were really trying to engage our audience and we sent out a survey. So we were about to buy a new pasta die. So we're an Italian clam bar and we make all of our pasta in house. And we have certain types of pasta that we serve, fresh pasta that's made in house. And we were going to buy this little tool, it's a die for the pasta machine. And we sent an email survey to our audience. I think at the time we were at about maybe 3,000 subscribers. And I tell you what, within 24 hours, we got maybe 150 responses, which is incredible, which is 2% response rate right there. And I had asked our audience which pasta die we should buy, and we gave them a choice. It was, I think, something like angel hair or I don't remember the details. But then we used the same technique again. We surveyed our audience, and that is another really smart email trick that you as a business owner can incorporate, is surveying your audience. So this other survey that we did during the pandemic, and we were very conscious of the budgetary needs of our customers, of the spending, because the businesses were closed. A lot of people were on unemployment, and we understood that need to have some budget-friendly options at our restaurant. So what we have done is we surveyed our audience. What would you like us to add on the menu? Some paninis or some half and half lunch option or something like that. And with that, we got over 300 responses within 24 hours. And our team is so thrilled that it does work, you guys. Emails do work.
They absolutely do. And you've said that they're great for market research. They're great for building trust and affection and a stronger relationship with your prospects and your customers. And ultimately, when you are well known, well liked, well trusted, and have a clear understanding of your prospects, you're going to be more successful when it comes to selling them things. You become a person of influence. You train them to respond to you. You train them to give you feedback. You train them to click a link. You train them to respond to an offer. And that's the real purpose of email marketing. Yes, we'll have influence. Yes, we'll have praise. Yes, we'll have plaudits. Yes, we'll have affection. Yes, we may even get celebrity status. But ultimately, that enables us to influence our prospects to become better buyers. And that's why I'm absolutely madly in love with email marketing.
That is a great point about acquiring. At the end of the day, what are we looking for? We are looking for followers, but that's not why we are in business. We're in business to ultimately sell and make money. And email is such a terrific way to not only create that relationship with our followers, with the customers, but also at the end of the day, sell. So are there specific sales techniques that could be incorporated in the emails, or do you have any kind of specific advice for, because let's say if somebody has a dry cleaning service, or if somebody has a real, well, for real estate companies, I feel like it's easy, but how can somebody with a business that you wouldn't expect to be able to send good, fun weekly emails? What can they do? Where do they start, Matthew?
So the big mistake that people make when it comes to emails is they either go purely commercial, which is, hey, we're running a promotion. You can get 3 suits dry cleaned for the price of 2 this Sunday. And after a while, we just get email blindness. You know, we receive that on week 1, week 2, week 3, another offer. I've had enough now. I'm going to go find the offer when I need it, right? There's no reward in that email. The other thing that people do is they make it all about them. Hey, we have just installed a new super dry cleaning machine in our dry cleaners. Here's a photo of the town sheriff cutting a red ribbon outside of our new location. Nobody cares about that stuff. It's all about you. What we want to do is elicit an emotional reaction so that the reward in itself is reading the email. We don't have to click to get a reward. We don't have to bring a coupon to get the reward. The reward is in the email itself. It elicits some kind of reaction in us. You do not have to include how-to information. In fact, if you're in the consulting industry, I would categorically avoid giving teaching emails. Why? Because think about value. People say you need valuable content. Well, I tell you what I find valuable, Natalia, and I know you do too. My family, my friends, my memories, music, art, beauty, love. I'm going to leave the instruction manual in the burning building when I have to run, right? Don't send me instruction manuals by email. Then you can sell anything by saying sometimes nothing. Let me tell you a story about what happened to me the other day. I was walking into the store. I went to open the door. The laundry was ready. The dry cleaning was set up for another week. And I saw a little cat sitting on the wall outside. I offered the cat a cup of milk, and that cat has never left. We now have our own in-house cat at the dry cleaners. He's quite a character. By the way, we'd love to see you if you're in the neighborhood. Bye. What does that do? That creates an image, a multi-sensory image that positions this dry cleaning store as having a personality and a cat, and it gives me a reason to remember it and look forward to the next update for the cat story part 2.
I love this. And I love how you just gave a perfect example on how even a business that you wouldn't think, I mean, that could possibly have a personality. To have a personality, it's all about creating, like you said, creating that deep emotional connection, so that people who read the emails, that give them something that they would look forward to reading, and a little story. And the way that you can source these stories is how I do it. For example, is I have a running list on my phone of different conversation starters, write down different things that may happen to you or to your team members. That is a great way to source content for your emails right there.
Right. So in my course, Delightful Emails, which is available at delightfulemails.com, I give 5 or 6 different techniques which give you an unlimited number of things to write about. You have to know how to write the email, how to structure it quickly so it doesn't take you more than 20 minutes at a time. Nobody wants to sit down and spend 4 hours writing an email. If you can fire one off in 15 or 20 minutes, then it's easy to make it regular. But then you've got to know what to write about. So I've got a ton of suggestions for both creative prompts, like stories you can tell, colors that you can use, visuals that you can invoke, but also subject matter prompts. It could be that you do want to talk about the kind of spray that you use in your laundry detergent, but you've got to make sure that it's interesting for the reader as well.
Right. I love that. So can you repeat again where our guests can find more about how to write delightful emails and increase conversion rates for the emails and increase open rates and ultimately stay in business and capture and recapture and maintain that connection with the customers?
If you want to make more revenue in your business, and specifically if you want to make more revenue off your existing prospect or client database, go to delightfulemails.com. That's delightfulemails.com. And you can always write to me, Matthew at matthewkimberley.com, if you have any questions about that as well.
Matthew, thank you so much for coming in today. Just to give a quick takeaways. With emails, create personality, be consistent. Once you establish that rapport with your customers, they're not going to be worried as much about the subject line. They're going to be just excited to hear from you. They will have the big smile on their face. And another thing from the energetic perspective, whenever I sit down to write an email or right before I press send, I do it with a smile because it will send an email with that extra pop of joy into the inbox. What do you think? Would you do that, Matthew?
I'm always smiling, and I know you're always smiling too, Natalia. Email or no email?
I do, because the more joy that we incorporate in everything that we do, even if we feel sad, but you know what? Just smile. Just light up your day with a smile and spread that joy and spread the kindness around the world with the work that you do. Thank you so much, Matthew. I appreciate it. And right now, I would like to say thank you. Take care and much love to you and your family. Thanks for joining us all the way from Malta. We had Matthew Kimberley on the show. Thanks, Matthew. I'd love to give a shout out to another sponsor that we have for today's show is Healthy Intent. Healthy Intent inspires you to live a healthier life. It's so easy to bump health down the priority list behind the business phone calls, family commitments, and let's face it, anything else until we're diagnosed with something that forces us to make a change. Their online Healthy Cooking Academy has incredible classes that will help you to make significant progress in your kitchen, whether cooking for yourself or your family, or subscribe to Healthy Intent YouTube channel for quick tips and more fun recipes. We all want to look better, feel better, and have more energy for life and business. Start every day with Healthy Intent. Follow us at healthyintent.com. Thanks for joining us on today's show. Until next time.
You've been listening to The Business Kitchen. Tune in every Thursday for saucy interviews with business owners and to pick up fresh ingredients for your business success. The conversation continues each week with Natalia and Tatiana after each episode at Business Kitchen Show on Facebook. We'll see you next week.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were